Review part 3, whatever it takes. Okay, whatever it takes. I feel like we need to go around the room and say, whatever it takes. Yeah. All right, we are picking up here with actually question number 23 because we finished question, I want to say 12 through 22, and so I will say 12 through 22. Question 23, if a can is 28 inches tall, has a radius of 7 inches, how many cubic inches of water can the can hold? What are we trying to solve for here? David, go ahead and take your headphones out. Take your headphones out. There's no reason for you to have your headphones in because I'm going to be talking this whole time and working through questions. So you guys can watch the video later. Now, it's not a matter of you, if you've got this document pulled up, that would be a good idea because at the very end, at least you can scroll down to the bottom and say, hey, yeah, that's the right answer because I'm not looking at any kind of answer key. It might help to know if we're on the right track. All right. What are we solving for in question number 23? Volume. Volume of what? Volume of a cylinder, which is what formula? Pi r squared times height. So if you don't already know that, you might want to write volume of a cylinder. V equals pi r squared times height. We know that our volume has we got pi. We got a radius of 7, which we don't have to cut down because they gave me just that. 7 squared times 28. All right. So let's see from there. It's just 49 times 28 times pi. 49 times 28 is 1,372 pi if we wanted it in terms of pi, but they don't say. So I'm going to take that times pi. I get 4,310 0.26. Go down to the bottom, find the answer key. What does it say on question 23? It doesn't say what it wants it rounded to. So if I was rounding it to the nearest hundredth, I would round it to 27. Yeah. So I'm going to write off here 4,310.27. Let's see, inches cubed. 23. 23. What's 23 say? So they left it as in terms of pi, so 1372 pi inches cubed. Now, if this question was on the test, I'm going to write in the above line, solve in terms of pi, okay, so that you know that you're going to write 1,372 pi, and you're probably going to write pi for that, inches cubed, okay? All right, questions there? Okay. All right. Let's see, 24. Let's come back up here to the top. This question people really, really have a hard time with, right? They'll either say, well, it's 54 or it's 34, right? Or they'll take 54 and divide it by 2 or 34 and divide it by 2. They'll do like part of it. They think that, there's an assumption of knowledge there, but really not. Okay, so if this was a central angle, then both of these would have to be the same. Whether they were 34 or 54, they'd have to be the same. Our problem is that this angle is not a central angle. And so what it is the average of the two intercepted arcs, because it's not in the middle. Okay? Right? If we had a circle where it was, I've got this, and this was 34, then this would be 34. And if it was a central angle, then this would be 34, and this would be 34. Because vertical angles are congruent. Does that make sense? And because vertical angles have to be congruent, right, these two angles have to equal each other, right? So you can't look at x and say, well, it's got to be 54 because that's the intercepted arc, because this would have to be 54 over here, and it's not equal to its intercepted arc. All right, so what we do here is we take 54 plus 34 and divide it by 2, okay? So let's see, what is that? 88 divided by 2, 44 degrees. All right, where this is going to be 44 and this is going to be 44. Okay, so the important part there is that x equals 44 degrees. Does that make sense? It's not a hard question, but I see a larger percentage than what I'm comfortable with get this wrong, even though it doesn't really involve that much. Right. Okay. 25 wants this in component form. Where do I have to start from? A. Start from A. Component form means I want it to look like this. Okay? Now, what's the first thing I'm looking for? Up or down or left or right? Left or right. Am I going left or right? Right. So am I going to be positive or negative? Positive. Okay? How far to the right am I going? 5. Okay? In the next spot, I'm going for up or down. Am I going up or down? Because I'm going down, am I going positive or negative? Negative. Negative what? 3. Okay? Not that hard. All right? We can do that? Cool. All right. Clear that guy off. 26. 26. All right, because this is a tangent line, we've got a secant line. 162 is going to be double that angle, right? It's the intercept of arc. AD is tangent to the circle. We're going to find CAD. What do I need to do with a 162? Divide by 2. 162 divided by 2 should be what? 81 degrees? 81 degrees. 160 divided by 2 is 80. 2 divided by 2 is 1. All right, we are moving right along. All right, 27, identifying as a translation, rotation, reflection, or none of these. All right, any takers? All right, somebody say reflection. Rotation. Anybody want to go translation?
Rotation.
Right, it is rotation. Can anybody tell me what the point of rotation is? Not like the philosophical why, but point B. Point B is the point of rotation. Okay? Not the reason for rotation, but the point around which it rotates. All right? Can anybody tell me what the degree of rotation is? No. 180, because what we see with each of these is they go through straight to the other side. Okay? All right. Very good. So we are looking for rotation there, and you guys understand a little bit more than what you need to for that. Just a few more questions left. We want to find RS. What is 22 in this isosceles trapezoid? It's a mid-segment, which means if I was looking for XY, what would I do? If I was looking for XY, I know that we know what XY is, but if I was looking for XY, what would I do? Base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2. But I don't know what base 1 is. So base 1 plus 26, base 2 divided by 2 equals 22. Right? I'm going to use that to find base 1. Okay? Multiply by 2. So base 1 plus 26 equals 44. Subtract 26 from 44. What is base 1? 18. Is there another way to do this? Find the difference between 22 and 26, right? Which is what? 4. And then subtract 4 going back up that way. 22 minus 4 is 18. Yeah, kind of.
22 over 26 for the bigger one, and then x over 22 for the small one.
If that gives you 18, then yeah. Okay, but this is kind of what I'm looking for over here because it applies what you should know about mid-segments. Okay. If you are going to do the, difference between segments, then you better be sure to show your work. Okay, do not well, I did it in my head and I got 18. Well, then you're going to get a big fat DSA on that. So.
But if you show it like you're thinking, like stick figure.
It's like a bubble, like a little picture of yourself, your head, and like a bubble. And this is what I was thinking. And all the math, I would accept that.
All right, you said it. I'll do it too.
Better be a darn good. Because if the likeness of the picture doesn't match you spot on, they're like, oh, you drew a picture of somebody else thinking that.
You're gonna write me up for cheating.
Right. Because you were copying off somebody else's thoughts.
All right. I'll work on it tonight.
And I said it, so that verifies it. An eagle, 300 feet in the air, spots a cat on the ground. And we're going to draw our eagle.
It's like a Boeing 747.
Listen, I'm barely even trying over here, okay? All right.
Looks like a bird that's carrying a fork.
Spots to Craig.
That. Oh,
The cat.
what?
Yeah.
In Minecraft, that's.
Inside joke continues.
It's laser.
Laser beams coming out of its eyes has locked on to its prey. Would normally be looking this way. Okay. 300 feet in the air. Obviously, the height is not proportional. It is a giant, weird-looking eagle. 15 degrees angle of depression. Okay. What is the horizontal distance between the eagle and its prey? Round your answer to the nearest foot. Okay. All right. Which trig function am I using? Tangent, because I have opposite and adjacent. If it helps you, start off by writing what I have in relation to my angle. Okay. So we have tangent. What comes after my trig function? The degree. 15 degrees. Now my trig ratio. What is opposite? 300 over x. Multiply by x, divide by tangent 15. So ultimately, what am I doing? 300 divided by tangent 15. You know, anyway, I was going to like create a joke where I just started talking about something else because we're talking about tangents. That was
Going on a tangent, yeah.
all right. What is 300 divided by tangent 15?
You tell me. You got it.
You know, don't appreciate the snark. Let's see, to the nearest foot. Not the closest foot to you,
The nearest
but
foot?
yeah.
I don't want to be wrong.
Same.
11,000.
11,000?
I mean, 1,100 and 20.
Yeah, I did that on my phone.
You did that in your head?
Is that right?
I was
Yeah.
like, that's what I'm going to do.
1,120 feet. Okay. All right. Now let's get rid of that. Hold on. I feel like there should be an after effect where the bird is flying away with the cat that it spotted.
Wait, why is it a cat?
You wouldn't understand. Is it like
It's an inside joke on their mother.
Okay.
I have to tell Ryan. An inside joke on it.
Yeah, there's an inside joke on this video.
Oh, I remember the tail cat.
I'm very proud of the fact that it is my goal in life that in word problems to kill off as many cats as possible, theoretically. Triangle, let's see, we got 1, 1. So let's create some stuff in here. Granted, you want to use graph paper as much as possible anytime they start giving you coordinates. They're giving you 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. something that looks like that. Graph the triangle in its rotation 180 degrees about the origin. We have a rule for this, right? Yeah. All right, so we do have a rule for this. Does anybody remember what it is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, minus.
Look it up. Right, it should be in your notes.
Yeah.
Way back there. So it might be handy rather than just trying to do this. Because, yeah, you can do this outside of a rule. Because if you look at 1, 1, right, then 180 degrees should take me to, I should get, let's see, -1, -1, okay, for my other point. If I'm going up here, let's see, I'm going 1, 2, 3, up 3 over 1, then I should be going down 3, back 1. So if I'm going down 3, back 1, or let's see, back 2, then I should be at -2, -3. Right? So I believe Fanny was right whenever she said -y, -x. Is it just -x, -y? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I got it in there now. All right, so our last one should be -4, -1, right? So let's see. Up 1 over 4. So it should be down 1, back 4. All right, so that makes sense. So we should wind up in positions here. So yeah, something like that. I know it's not real great, so that's probably not even accurate. So, all right. Any questions at this point for the next probably 13 minutes? You guys are going to watch review videos 1 and 2. How many of you have watched review video 1? Probably everybody who wasn't at the track meet yesterday, right? All right, so you guys can pick up with review video 2, which was recorded today, and I hope it's been sent out to you. Double check for me. Okay, it has been. All right. And then you get done with that, watch review video